So StreamYard decided to do some colorful shit that I ain't even asked them to do. Okay, here we go. This one I like. All right, so ain't nobody listening over here. Only a chosen few of you listen to the show, and that I do know because I do pay attention to my data. I ain't looked in a while, but I know for sure there's a chosen few of you who listen to this show and actually listen and really listen and apply what I said. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be transparent here. I got news of a black woman who has caught the wrath of what's going on out here, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about, caught the wrath, right? And someone said to me, well, I don't understand how this person wants to hang out and they have nowhere to stay. They have nowhere to live. And so I said, well, and they asked me a question and I answered it. I said, well, I don't have people around me that will allow that. Because if I would have asked them if where we hanging out at, and that was my situation, they would have called me out and said, okay, so you homeless or you have nowhere to stay, but you want to hang out. They would have called me out. And the conversation got a little antsy. And I had to defend myself. I really did. The conversation got antsy and I had to defend myself. And I was like, listen, the people around me did not allow me to be that way. Okay? They wouldn't allow it. And then I also expressed that maybe this person could be asking you to hang out, because who am I to say who may have said something to this person or not? They're asking you to hang out because you are the one that's not going to throw in their face what they're going through or what their reality is right now. That's what I said. That's what I said. Hold on. Okay. We'll wait till that gets done and then I'll look at that. Got an email, important one. And so this is what I expressed, and it got a little antsy. I'm gonna use the word antsy, not hostile, antsy. And I was like defending myself and what I was saying, and I didn't let down. And what happened is, why did I get on this microphone? Because this particular person is the very example. If you read the SCW article that I've read out loud, you will see that this woman is the fruit fly that they're talking about. If you understand SCW, this one right here is a pivotal example of everything I have talked about for the past years, from the choices that I made. This person right here. And what I was defending, because I didn't go down on that black woman guys rant. Nope, I didn't do that because it wasn't necessary. I had to defend me. And what I was saying was, I don't have people around me that coddle me. I don't have people around me who are not hard on me in life. I don't have people around me like that. Okay? Use me, headphone user. I don't have the luxury to have shit fucked up around me and party. I've made my dumb mistakes in my 30s, 36, 35, 36, 37. Matter of fact, it stopped at 36. Then I made silly mistakes at 37. But oh baby, when I hit 38, 39, I didn't make those mistakes. I calmed the fuck down. But when I hit 40, matter of fact, I wasn't even 40 yet. 39, the awakening happened right there at that point to give me a glimpse of what can move forward. And you want to know what's more interesting? I told somebody last year, shout out to you. I said, I'm interested to see what the hell happens to this person at 40. I said that shit. I said, I'm interested to see what life be like for this person at 40. And here I am once again predicting, seeing things, having the vision, having the eyes. Once again in my life, as always, it just doesn't fail. I can't make this shit up. I don't be wrong. I can't make this shit up if I try. I don't get on this microphone to talk about the things I talk about for no goddamn reason. I don't sit down in life and get up on this microphone and talk about the things I talk about for no goddamn reason. You understand me? It's to the point I'm about to start writing letters to my college child. Do you understand me? I'm about to write letters so she can have something to just hold on to. Start writing my son so they can have something to hold on to, some kind of wisdom, something. I'm being so serious. Also, as I was getting into this conversation, I had to let the person know that I don't never say things to hurt you. I don't never say things to judge you. When they went on me about what I said, about Southern people, and that's not true about all of us, and this, that, and the third. Not all of us, you keep lumping us together. I'm like, I've been seeing this pattern tremendously. And this person don't understand. I had to help them understand. I said, look, when you feel like you have to walk on eggshells when you're talking to somebody, it's very hard. I said I used to be that person. But what I had to learn is what is attacking me and what is really helping me. I didn't use the word helping. I said what is attacking me or what is just speaking in general or telling me something or telling me something. You know what I'm saying? Or sharing something, not telling, sharing something. Said, well, I can't tell people how to live, tell people how to live their life. It's not about telling you how to live your life. I said, the person who tried to tell me how to live my life, I don't fuck with that person. I held my tongue and I don't fuck with that person at all. Because that person had no qualms. That person had no place to tell nobody about nothing about their life. I held my tongue. But I said, all I know is people being harsh and giving me being direct and harsh about how they tell me things. I don't know things any other way. That's all I know. And I stand on what I say. Yes, the people in this area are soft and fragile, very fragile. They cannot take what they dish out. None of them. And then I begin to talk about how some people just don't have it. Some people don't have people to tell them you're fucking up your life. Some people do. Excuse me. Some people do, and they don't listen. And eventually nobody says nothing. But some people don't have people to tell them how much they're fucking up their life. Some people don't have people to put it in their face. I said, I had people, you need to do something with your life. You're not doing nothing. And at that time, I needed that. I needed that. You need to think about your resume and what you're going to do and this and that, even though that person didn't have really a place to say, because I had pretty much, like I said, I have my resume for my 9-to-5 work, but I have a resume for all the media work I've been doing. So I have a resume. So all of these different type of things and things matter. Other things that I also see out here is that you have people who have major enablers in their lives. Major enablers in their lives. They don't have the reality of being questioned. Let me tell you something. I always notice the most feisty argumentative people, something seems off about them, right? It's like you want to fight over this. You want to get physical over this. What is this about? Because those people come from, this is the only way that I get through in life. This is the only way that I make people understand and know what I'm trying to say. And in some cases, I understand it. I do. But you have to also understand this too. You have to play the game smart in life. Why is this happening? Did you just get the notice that Trump took away Kamala's protection? That's symbolism, Black woman. Trump took away her protection. He took away her security. That's symbolism, Black woman. The only one that's going to fight for you at this point is your goddamn self. And if you are blessed and lucky, as they say, you may have a sisterin to help you, family member to help you. But you need to understand that this life of not self-reflecting, not looking into yourself, not going out and achieving the things that you truly want to achieve, a lot of these people are not going to fare well in this life. I mean, a lot of people are not going to fare well. And I also expressed, because if you see things in patterns, then you see them in patterns, right? And I sit here and I thought about this shit. I was like, damn, I was up north and I have not met one person who put their life down to take care of a parent. Every person that I know makes sure that their family got the proper care that they needed. Most people that I know, their families were not even sick to that capacity. A lot of their families were still working or retired and knew how to take care of themselves. I have not met people like that. I realized that I did not know people like that. They'll be like, the home health aide comes to see my mom, this, that, and the third, and then they'll come check on her. But as far as them putting their life down for that, no, they don't do that. And that's what I have grown up to see. And I was trying to get this person to understand. I was like, I'm not attacking you, but you damn sure, like, I feel attacked by you, but I'm not attacking you. You see, I sat here and I sit here, right? It was a woman at 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 the job I worked at, right? And why did I have that here? I'll figure it out. It was a woman at the job I work at, right? She was expressing, I try not to talk about coworkers, but I have to talk about this. She was expressing how she met a guy who was literally an undercover cop. Literally. And one of the young coworkers was like, "Oh, hell nah. No. No. No, 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 no. That relationship needs to end. I don't care how you feel, that relationship needs to end." I was like, "No, I really like him, and this, that, and the third." It's so funny because I didn't even know that this person had locks because they have put their hair in a weave and all kind of stuff like that, right? And black women, y'all need to check that. Why are you putting your weaves and all this stuff in your hair when you meet a man of another race? Or when you doll yourself up, why don't you just, if you have locks, wear your locks? Why are you, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but let people meet you where you are. And I tend to see that trait a lot. And so anyway, what happened is, let me take this rising. Make it work. So what happened is, as the day go on, she's talking about this relationship, this person she's dating or whatever. And I'm like, you and I know for sure, none of us here would technically date somebody that's undercover. And I got a lot of spiritual women here, so you probably would have sensed this right with them, right? But let's get to the point about my life and the things that I don't think. See, these are the kind of questions you can ask when you meet people. Who's your accountability partner? Who's the person that will tell you about yourself if you do something fucked up? Test them with questions like, if this happened to you and you wanted to do this, what would this friend say? Right? Start testing people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what I am seeing, and I'm thankful. Can I tell y'all, I am very thankful for this experience of meeting the people that I meet and learning the things that I learn about people. I am humbly and forever thankful for these experiences. Okay. Why am I so thankful for them? It doesn't need to be explained, right? But the number one thing is, what I have found through these experiences with these type of people is that it makes me more thankful in life for the people in my life who scolded me, for the people in my life who have told me about myself. Like, Sabrina, why the fuck did you do that? Or why the fuck are you doing that? that doesn't make any sense, Sabrina. This, that, and the third. I appreciate them motherfucking people. Okay? I appreciate that dude that said that shit that he said to me and got the fuck away from me. You see the beauty of what life is when you have people who don't play with you, who are hard on you, who tell you the things that you don't want to hear. I'm also starting to recognize how fragile people are who are black people who date outside their race. I'm starting to realize that shit too. Significantly dating, just in general, how fragile they are. I'm gonna tell you something. I've met all kind of people. I really have. Some of people, and a lot of them are the same. But I met all kind of people from all walks of life, different regions, and just so many people without even having to come out this country yet. I am not altering myself. Okay? That's the number one thing. I am not altering who I am for nobody. I am always faced with motherfuckers that I am dancing in my head about saying some real nasty shit to them. Real nasty. Because what I have realized as I examine and listen and analyze with everybody, you need to know that this path is a path less traveled. Okay? It's a path less traveled. When you sit here and you see such and such million views reading dark psychology, or that has watched that dark psychology video, guaranteed you a high percentage of those people did not watch that dark psychology video for the same reason you watched it. You understand what I'm saying to you? Oh man, I gotta clean this up separately. I'll put it back on. Can it come back on? Yeah. Guaranteed you, them people that watched that dark psychology video did not receive that information the same way you did when you watched it. I guaranteed you. And I guaranteed you, most of the people who watched that video probably didn't even take notes from the video, from that audio book. Guaranteed you, there's not people that even read half the books that I present on this show. I guaranteed you. Understand too, people who read books on philosophy and philosophers and all of that, even when it seems as if other people are joining in, no, that's your vibrational alignment, and that is you. And there's a lot of people, unless you go into that space, that you find as you. And even then, your purpose and their purpose still holds different. Even when you get in a relationship. Holds different. So when you understand how much of a path less traveled that this is how you begin to navigate with more intelligence in this world. And oh boy, I had to show my intelligence. And I told her, I said, look, I'm not trying to kick nobody while they down. I don't do that. I'm not here to do any of that. That is not my intentions in this conversation. You asked me a question. You said, if you was this and that, and I gave you the answer, and I said, no one would allow it had it been me. Why get offended? Okay, yes, I say what I say about what I've learned since I've been down here, different from up north, because it's the truth. The first thing that everybody talks about who come from the South, come from the Midwest, mainly the South areas, they talk about how much New Yorkers do not speak, or how up north don't speak. It ain't just New York. There's northeastern states, how people do not speak to you when you come into the room. Some people say that they're fucking mean. I listen to what everybody say. The first thing everybody talk about is nobody speaks to each other. That's the first thing. What does that tell me, and what does that tell you who's listening? And nobody speaks to each other. What does it all say? It tells you that there is some validation that you all receive. There is some common courtesy that you all believe that everyone else has out here, that it's not like that. It says that there's a cultural difference, correct? That's what it says. I'm not saying what's not. I know people who can say worse. I know people who can say worse. And here's the thing. Here is the ultimate thing. You have a library to teach you. You have a library of people expressing themselves about how they feel about their own marriages. And here you have someone like me, before I even watched the video, I'm like, motherfuckers married ain't happy. They ain't happy. They just want you to be miserable with them. That's why they want you to be married, and they project all this marriage shit because they're unhappy. And somebody like me will call that shit out. And they won't like it. And this is why people like me and you who listen move in silence. We listened to most of this when I did the Black Woman's Guide. I went down deep so much that YouTube tried to cut me off, and I had to tell YouTube, I was like, how are you trying to attack me about, you're talking about I'm doing deceitful practices when all the practices out here are deceitful, and I'm just teaching people how to work through it. I'm teaching. Yeah, I fought that. I sure did. Okay? I I fought for myself on that shit. I said, hell no, y'all ain't taking me down. It ain't nothing but deceitful practices out here, and people need to hear about it. The books I'm reading, I'm talking from a book. I'm teaching. This is a teaching show. I made that shit very clear. This is a teaching show. And I made that very clear. Very fucking clear. This is a teaching show. And I'm going to teach people what I'm going to teach them. And that's point blank, period. All right. Another thing, understand that when you decide to go into this world in date, I need you to hear this very deeply. This is the number one here. If this is the top things I could tell you, it ain't going to be easy because everybody ain't going to be there with you. Either you're going to be in a position of being the one teaching it or open them up to it, or you're going to have to be the wise one in your relationship, but also humble enough to learn from them. I don't have to repeat that, do I? That's what's going to come with this path as well. When you read books like this is classified as occult information, which means that which is hidden. You are tapping into something mysterious and deeper, and what you're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know any of this. This is true secret society type shit right here. People from the CIA is talking to you. They ain't even really telling you the truth. They're not the truth, but they're telling you the truth, but they're not really telling you everything. But enough of what they're telling you is enough for you to wake up, because they can only give you what you can handle. That's why if you want more, they say you got to pay. And even still, they're not giving it all. Because why should they? All of these things to help people. And so when you are a wise person, or you're a person who's in tune, you can see how people in this world get manipulated and feel obligated to other people. Why do I have the problems that I have with a certain signature family member in my life? Because I did not allow them to use me. And when they was on their disrespectful shit, I called it out. And they ain't like it. And they resorted to childish teenage behavior. I watch it. And that right there makes people very dangerous, but I watched it. And they just told me, well, I'm not going to be able to make it. Why? Because I defended myself. Now you can't make it to this meeting that I'm doing because I defended myself. Okay, I see what you about. And that's how life goes. Because people try to make you be what they want. And there's a lot of people people are making them be exactly what they want them to make them be to benefit themselves. Nobody likes a selfish motherfucker. And an intellectual, it's a levels to selfishness, not the reckless selfish motherfucker, but the intellectual selfish motherfucker. They don't like that. They don't like that very laid back, humble, selfish motherfucker. The one you don't understand how they made chocolate cake out of lemons. They don't like that motherfucker. That's who you are. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes people who are just good at speaking, or just good at what they do, or just smart at what they do. They don't like that shit. I had an important situation at work and I had to get out. I had to do some things. And I did it at a time where they it was just at a good time. I asked, you know what I'm saying? I was like, look, if it's not okay, if it's okay, I asked. I got everything done, whatever I had to think goddamn a fucking 1,000 steps ahead in my situation. That's what I was doing. I was plotting and moving and shaking, getting paperwork. I had to give all the time I can to do it. And so, I'm probably about to call in a minute. Here's the thing. And I'm still shaking and moving. And once again, I'm shaking and moving today. But the bigger picture of it all, the biggest picture of it all with all of this is I start to realize people who really just don't like me. Who's this? 402. What is 402? Who's this? Who's this? I think you're supposed to say hello. That's how they answer you. So it says suspect the spam call. So sometime I still check in. And so what else is happening? I can see people who don't like me. One significant person that doesn't like me, but I can see people who don't like me. You know what I mean? And the thing is this: you're not going to be liked in this soil of America. And it might expand just here. Okay, all I know is being American, so that's what I could speak from. But you're not going to be liked when you are indulging in books like this. You're not going to be like when you have this information and knowledge. And you're not going to be like if you sit down and you know yourself and you know the mistakes that you make. You know the people that you trust and you talk to. I have people that they fall, but I can tell from that person don't like me. The other person, they talk to me, but they really don't talk to me like that. I could tell they don't talk to me like that. Because that person don't really fuck with me like that. I pay attention to all that. Shady shit, all kind of shit. And I can be nasty back. I really can. I just don't care. I really don't. And the universe will shift you away from people too. Energetically, you'll start shifting away. Trust me, I got one loaded up in my back pocket. And I will call it out because I got it loaded up. Why do I have it loaded up? Because if I see that they think that they got too goddamn comfortable. And this is how you have to navigate in this world. You have to understand, people are really stupid. They are really caught up in work. It's their life. They're really at work being friends with people at work. I don't give a fuck. If that's you, you're a fucking loser. Work was never intended for that. Work was intended to be a place of work. If I had it my way, nobody would talk about nothing personal at work. Nobody would date at work. That'll be my first policy. No fucking dating. You want to date? Y'all both can quit and go date outside of work and make that relationship work. I would not hire couples. If I had it my way, nobody would talk about anything personal. It's nobody's business what's going on in your life and your kids and shit. Whoever you is your manager that you need to ask for days off because you got something going on, that's who you ask. Whoever you need to ask about vacation, that's who you talk to. That's who you ask. Nobody else is important. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it if I had it my way. But that's just me. But there was a woman that said something that I could not disagree with. And she said, the reason work is here is for males to have access to women. And I have to tell you something. This is why I always say this shit, and it's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people. But I have said this to people where I'm like, if somebody wants to kill you, if somebody wants to kill you, if somebody wants to kidnap your kids, then guess what? Work is the perfect place for them to do that shit. Work is the perfect place for them to do that shit. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all trust motherfuckers too much. Y'all don't realize y'all trust people too much. And y'all don't know people. Y'all trust a lot of strangers too much and y'all don't know people. See, city people, you can't just walk up to us and talk. It might get hostile. Okay? It's gonna get uglier, y'all. Black women being thrown out with their children. Black women getting thrown off boats. Getting thrown off a fucking boat, dead, killed, murdered. Kamala's protection being taken away from her. It's only going to be worse. It's only going to get worse. And it's only going to get uglier than it has been before. And for those of you who are Black women, cisgendered Black women walking around in this world, I need you to be extra clever on your feet. Why? Because you know what? Where's my phone? I'll send it through my phone. Is it one yet? Okay. Because this thing of non self reflection, this thing of not taking accountability, this thing of dealing with these males that hate them, this thing that they're doing is all a road of self destruction. But oh, you wait. Oh, you wait. Don't think the black male is exempt. He comfortable. He think that he good since Trump is the president. But oh, you wait. He's going to get massacred. That's what's going to happen to the black male. You see, she's dying in the hands of him, but he's going to get massacred by them. Oh, you wait. It's happening slowly but surely, but it's building up. It's going to happen. And it's going to be terrifying too. It's going to be very fucking terrifying because they're going to take old, middle-aged, young, and infants. Going to take them out. Because that's what they want anyway. But see, the black male is so goddamn stupid. He don't realize that it's the black woman who has been the one that has been helping that not happen to his dumb ass. He's annihilating her to get on white supremacy side because he's the male. He doesn't even see how sick that is. He don't even need to do all that. He's a male. He don't need to do that. Black males can go out here and just every 100% of them go date women of another race. Bada boom, bada bing. That's it. And just deal with it that way. But no. They want to get rid of the black woman. They want to get rid of us. Black, Caribbean, African, wherever black women are, they want to get rid of us. But what's going to happen? They're going to get massacred. See? And this is why the divestors are trying to help you nigga bitches and tell y'all, get the fuck away. Get out the way. Completely get out the way. Don't support them. Don't be their friends. I get where they're going. I get why they're like, you got to gut it all. You got to gut him 100%. It's so deep that even if you have black sons, you have to be prepared to just not care. Because there's something in those divestors that, though they're not spiritual, there's something still that they see happening. So I don't knock it. There's another thing that's key. It's so wicked. It's such deep, dark psychology, right? Because this is not out here for no reason. It's deeper than goddamn narcissism. It's far deeper than narcissism. I haven't even used that word in a while. It's deeper than narcissism. Deeper than narcissism. I am telling you, as a black woman who walks around here, the look that I have, the beauty that I have, I'm telling you, as the black woman that I am, when I walk outside, the stares that I get, the way that white women look, as if I am supposed to give them all the attention, and their children, when I walk into the motherfucking room, I can see how offended they are by that. One woman, she kept looking at me because she was talking to her fucking her little asshole. And her little asshole told her, I guess, that she was the best mother or whatever. And I did not acknowledge her or her little asshole. And I continued to look for what I was looking for, and I kept seeing her look over, and I kept seeing her look over. It's like she wanted me to go, oh, I didn't give a shit. I had shit to do. I got shit to do and get done. People are insecure and they need validation, and they're twisted. And that coven, I turned on all them bitches. And I did that shit lovely. I turned on all them bitches. They thought they had a friend. When I saw the little tag thing about the party shit, and it was like, who's likely to get in a fight? And I got tagged. I said, nope. And I made that post and I said, I only want creatives, artists, music artists to be on my models. Okay, I even put that in there on my page. If you do not meet this criteria, you're going to be removed. They had to go. They were all, them ugly bitches was all in the top of my friends list. My friend list was not like that. My friend list was tattoos, piercings, people with verification. It was all blue dot motherfucking friends at the top of that bitch. They had to go. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how I had to manipulate that. To also show I'm not stupid. And everything y'all doing is fucking stupid. I'm not stupid. And what do I have in common with y'all? Nothing. Y'all all overweight. Y'all all married. Your kids is overweight. Wait, what I got in common with y'all? Y'all date niggas. I don't even have black women around me that I'm closely associated with that fuck them. Why would I be with a white woman that does? That don't make sense to me. The fucking leader of the motherfucker was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said some real fucked up shit. I did. I said some nasty shit. I took it too goddamn far. I took it far, baby. I didn't give a fuck. It wasn't because I was offended. It was just, now it's time to attack. That's how it is. That's how I build things up. I sit back. I play chess all the time. I'll be like, okay. That was shady. Okay. I let it build up. And then that's when I attack. That's what I do. Let me get my damn laundry out this thing. I don't want it to start smelling. I ain't taking y'all with me. This trash gotta go out. And so, yeah, what was I even saying? I forgot. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, y'all? What was I talking about? I forgot. You know, I gotta get my other phone so I can go ahead and send out this money. My father gonna have to wait. Shit. Has he called me? I need to turn my phone back on. I don't know who that is. 813-2265. I don't know who that is. All right, so this is not fear mongering. Okay. This is not fear mongering. This is truth. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is truth. This is an ultimate truth that needs to be said, that needs to be heard. Because it's not out here for no reason. This. You kept wondering why he was getting shot and so-called racially profiled, and then you find out that he running behind some goddamn bitch of another race that's not you. You kept wondering why all this police brutality and shit was happening to him because you didn't see how much he hated you. And you didn't see his punishment for that. You didn't see the wiggers, such as Eminem, who shows so much disdain and hate for his own mother. Okay? You didn't see it. He's known for, oh, he was raised around black people, but then look at what he did. Look at what he rapped about. You let this nigga love bomb you and sing songs to his mama, knowing he can't stand that bitch, showing you how much he don't. Just all of this shit. With this black male, you see women, because all of them out here in the streets, all fuck them, right? You see women constantly, and I mean constantly, defend this motherfucker. And look at what her life be like. People sitting here around a nigga because he got weed. So that's the nigga she fucking with because he got weed. That's equivalent to a crackhead that is with a drug dealer because he could give her free crack. You have to build a strong mind in this world. You have to build a sharp mind in this world. You have to build your intelligence in this world. You cannot be weak. Some situations call for you to fall back. I get it, but you cannot be weak. The weakest people have called me weak. I just want you to know. Anybody who ever referred to me as being weak, they actually were very weak. They're actually doing some weak shit right now in their lives. And everything I've done is the opposite of that because I got tired of being a weak ass bitch. See the difference? All of these different things matter. And that's why I'm experiencing the things I'm experiencing. I mean, literally, I'm like, oh, if I was accessible, was on welfare, carrying more children, dependent on the system, having a bunch of kids running behind me. Oh, that's how you motherfuckers will like me. So me being a broken down, stupid, weak bitch is how you gonna like me. So that's how you gonna like me? And that's the reality of life. And some of you, that's a reality you may have to just face. That's just the answer to why you're going through what you're going through. That friend that you once had, once you make your life different, things are different. That friend can't stay no more. It's different. Once you open the door, once you have the realization when you're disgusted with your life, once you have the realization that you just don't like these motherfuckers that you're around that you call your friends, once you have that inner revelations of, I don't like the way I look, I need to change my look. Once you have all this, that is the very beginning of where things in your life is going to turn around. Once you stand up for yourself, once you speak for yourself, once you take the chance to ask for that raise, whether it's 50 cents or $1 or $2, that is the moment where you shift a lot of things in your life. Oh my goodness. Listen, once you make it's the first day of school. I just had to comment on that. That was so cute. He looked fly as fuck though. The middle one looked fly as fuck, bro. First high school day, he looking fly. I'm like, oh, why? He got his little name brand on, got the sneakers to match. Oh, they got matching shoes on. That's dope. And I like his glasses too. Oh my goodness. Look at the haircut. Oh man. So let me keep going. Oh yeah, he got the he got all that hair. That afro, that is, oh my goodness. They got it honest. Okay, I just got excited. All that damn hair, just like mom. And their dad. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna discredit him. So anyway, when you make a change, when you defend yourself, when you open up books like these, when you ask for that raise, right? Whatever percentage, whatever you're asking for, when you ask for, when you take a step in your life to recognize what you no longer like anymore in that mirror, that is the moment where life begins to start shifting for you. And so, therefore, what's going to shift is those around you, meaning that you're not going to have the energetic interest in them. This is what's happening to my current partner, because what's the dilemma that she's going through is this. I don't want to be around this said friend anymore, right? Yet, you know, this friend is going through this, that, and the third, but I don't want to be really around them because their energy and this and that. And then it walked all the way to this person no longer having what they have anymore. And then it turned into, well, now this person want to hang out and they have nowhere to stay. But yet you don't want to say no. You're still going to hang out with them. This is what happens. This is where you get that split of energy. And this is where the frustration, and this is actually where the resentment can start happening. And either you're going to pour that resentment onto yourself, or you're going to start making moves and saying, I can't fuck with this over here. That's how it happens for you. And what's going to also happen, you need to know this very clearly. When you start making these changes and transformation, they could be very little. People around you are going to start rearing their ugly ass heads. I had a big pivotal moment a week ago. This family member, because I defended myself, decided not to come along. And so now they're trying to spite me more, but not attending this meeting with me. And so I just made a comment to them to let them know, you know what? I don't have, and I just said what I said. And I don't even care. And this person is literally about to be blocked. And I fucking mean it. They're about to be blocked. Because I am making the transformations necessary in my life. And this is how you acting? That's not somebody you need approval from. I'm giving you my real life examples. That's not somebody you need their approval from. That's not somebody you need to care about. The person you need to care about is yourself. And you may find that you may have to build more independence for yourself. That's what all of this comes down to. As an adult, you are responsible for your reproductive system. And the person who you are making these children with, they need to be responsible as well. As an adult, there's a point where you have to build and make things a stepping stone for your life. Okay? Okay? A stepping stone. And then you build your life up from that. But I'm going to tell you again, a lot of people don't have people in their ear telling them or even having the guidance for them. Okay? You have people that they don't have people that's like, bitch, why are you having this baby? You don't need to be having another baby. Nigga, why do you have another baby mother? How are you paying for these children? What about the child support? See, they don't have people to do that to them. And then you got some that they do have it, but they are complete terrors in people's lives because they can't listen. But eventually those kind of people are never going to have anyone around them. Only one person says something to me about my life. And I told you I held my tongue. Oh, I held it. Because fuck that bitch. You're a loser to me. You don't qualify to tell me any goddamn thing about my life. And I'm younger than you. Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you get more respect. You don't get more respect because you live longer than me. That's all you did. The reason why you older than me because you live longer than me. That don't mean you get respect. That's what it means. And you have to intellectualize things like that. People are like, I respect my elders. Man, I don't even know this motherfucker. This motherfucker probably don't deserve no respect. Respect is earned. Even a little kid, respect is earned. And this is the dark psychology of life that people do not like. I was walking and this person stood out my way when I walked by and I said, thank you. And they ain't say nothing. They ain't even acknowledge it. And I said, you know what? I'll never do that shit again. Because what the fuck did I even say thank you for? Get the fuck out my way. That's how you got to start thinking. Like, man, get the fuck out my way. Yeah, exactly. Get out my way. I'm not saying you have to say it out loud, but you can say it in your head. And the reason is you have to understand that these are things that keep you in power. When I cut all them bitches off, that was a power move. One of them had the nerve to say, well, she doesn't respect you. I said, she don't respect you either. She ain't fuck you in a whole year. And she ain't say nothing back. She had to hold her tongue. She had to hide her true intentions. You have to move like that. Sometimes you have to have the ammo cocked and ready and loaded. You have to be 10 steps ahead. That's just how it is. This is not the time for Black women to be nice to anybody. This is not the time for Black women to be kind to nobody. I've been telling y'all this, and I hope y'all listening. This is not the time for that. I did that shit, and I said, you know what? I'll never do that shit again. I'm gonna go back to my rude shit again. I'm gonna go back to that again when I walk out this door. I'm gonna go back to my mean shit again when I walk out this door. Because that's how you be in your power. You don't owe nobody nothing. Be kind and courteous to the people who are serving you. You understand? You go to the bank, kind and courtesy. Long as that motherfucker ain't an asshole, they get that kind and courtesy back. People serving your food definitely shows kind and courtesy to them. People at the local grocery store, unless they're an asshole, kind and courtesy to them. These are people who are serving you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you have to do it. That motherfucker ain't serving me by getting out the way when I walk through the door. Get out my way. That ain't serving me. And these are the things you have to think about and you consider when you walk out here. Be nice for what? Be nice for what? To a bunch of strangers that you don't know? Somebody that probably a spew goddamn racism by the time you walk past them in the store? Somebody who probably is autistic or not, and I'm not attacking people. I'm just saying mentally ill and mean and fucked up for what? These motherfuckers are strangers. What you owe them? You don't owe them that. The music to my ears is when a family member told me, your daughter is fucking mean. Your daughter is fucking mean. And I said, I was happy. I said, good. And I never fought her on being mean. I never made her be kind to no fucking body. Only one time I told her she had to play the game smart and she had to play to win. because if it was any other way, I would have handled it another way. So there are times in my life I have to play to win. I didn't let that family member have it in a car because I had to play to win. But I damn sure ain't helped that bitch when we got to the grocery store. I let her hurt back, spine, whatever surgery she had, ass, handle her own fucking shit. Fuck her. See, that's how I had to move. When I go to work, I'm lock loaded and focused on what I need to be lock loaded and focused on. Getting up, dressing up, putting on whatever, you know what I'm saying? Wrapping myself up, having everything ready, lock and loaded and ready to work. Today is a day I'm in a quiet mood, not in a talkative mood at all. I probably am not in a talkative mood all week. I'm not going to hold you. Locked and loaded, ready to go. Right. Make a journal, people. And there are people that come through here, they can't handle what I talk about. They don't like it. And I'm intuitively speaking now. They don't like it. They feel like, well, the world doesn't require for you to be like that. People are just evil. People are just demonic. Listen to me. That's the world that you live in. This is planet Earth. Welcome to planet Earth. You think you live in a beautiful whatever world? People who sit down like me, who are spiritual and meditate and light candles and shit, that's so we don't kill people in this world. That's so we can manifest what it is that we need to manifest and focus on in this world. Why we have to do that so hard? If the world is so wonderful and good, oh, what a wonderful world that you're trying to say, why we got to do that? Because it's not. Why we got to meditate and a lot of y'all got to run to the church all day? Because it's not a beautiful or wonderful world. And hell no, it's not fair. See, the thing about fairness is it's very karmic. That's the word. It's not even about fairness. It's karmic. It's cause and effect. It's cause and effect. So you have to be on it. Okay? You have to be on it. You have to realize this world right now. Take it as a bigger picture that you look at, all right, wherever you are. Why are people's energy so angry? Number one, businesses are on the edge. They've been on the edge since 2020, but they're more on the edge now because funding and all this stuff is getting cut. Fundings and all that stuff always ruins things. People are offended and their hearts are broken. Their feelings are hurt. Their feelings are very hurt. People are embarrassed, shameful, and their hearts are hurt. You know why? Because they walked into that booth with the intentions of a certain demographic of people to be attacked, for them to be the first one to be attacked. They walked into that booth and realized that they allowed themselves to be psychologically, dark psychology manipulated into believing that the criminals, there was a separatism between the immigrants and what the criminals was versus the good immigrants, to only find out that they are all aliens. This is what this white man did. He said, y'all all aliens, get the fuck out. They're hurt by the fact that you think they don't see that number of black women that voted, the 8% of black women that voted for Trump. They're hurt by the fact that they see that there are black women that exist. I actually thought it was going to be more black women voting for Trump. I'm not going to hold you. They're more upset that there's black women that exist that agree with this man. They ain't shocked by no black man. They don't care. They're more shocked by the black woman. And they're more even betrayed by their own people to see the percentage of their own people who voted for that. And even the ones who did vote it, they still feel shameful of the fact that they voted against their own unknowingly by dark psychology. So you need to understand that when you are at peace with yourself and you're walking around here and you don't give a fuck about nobody and you're giving that energy back, that attitude back, they're not going to like you. Do you know that there's people that they get off on people's disheartened life? This woman at the job, every person that's no longer at the job, she got their number. Who got these people? Hold on. That's a Philly number. Hold on. Who's this? Who is this? My name is always motherfucking Alex. So I noticed y'all can't hear that when I answer that call. So when you're living at peace with yourself, people spiritually can pick that up and they have a fucking problem with it. You got to understand, they can pick that up and they have a fucking problem with it. Because who the fuck do you think you are? This is what comes with the territory of changes and transformation. This is the pain that comes with it. You'll be walking outside, you'll be like, what the fuck is this person's problem? Why this person got an attitude? I ain't even saying what the fuck is wrong with this person. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with that person. What's wrong with that person is your happiness, your content of self. What's wrong with that person is you're not bothered. Or those people is you're not bothered. Yes, I'm spoken. Take advantage, people. Even if it scares you. Let's listen to this a little bit. I might do some ASMR.
Welcome to a journey that could change the way you see yourself and how you lead your life. This book is not just about leadership in the traditional sense. It's about breaking free from the chains of people-pleasing, shedding the masks of approval, and stepping boldly into the confident, authentic leader you were always meant to be. If you've ever felt stuck, overlooked, or held back by fear of rejection, or the need to please everyone around you, you're not alone, and this book is for you. Within these pages, you will find the tools, insights, and courage to rewrite your story, build unshakable self-worth, and claim authority over your career, your relationships, and most importantly, your own life. I urge you to stay with me through every chapter. even when the truths feel uncomfortable or the path ahead seems daunting. The transformation you seek isn't in quick fixes. It lives in the commitment to grow, to face your inner doubts, and to take steady steps toward the leader you already are inside. Keep watching to end. Keep believing. Because on the other side of this journey is the freedom, power, and peace that come from leading yourself fully and fearlessly. Your new life begins here. Chapter 1. The People Pleaser Trap. Understanding the hidden costs of always saying yes.
Hello everyone, welcome to my video ad where the purpose is quite simple. I want to entice you, coaches and service providers, to give me your email address in exchange for this beautiful, very colourful.
There is a quiet thief among us, a shadow that follows many, especially those who were raised to believe that being agreeable, helpful, and liked by all is the highest virtue. It doesn't scream or break down doors. It whispers. It waits. It tiptoes into our decisions, our relationships, our careers, and our identities. It's the habit of people-pleasing, a seemingly innocent desire to be kind, to keep peace, and to make others happy becomes, over time, a prison constructed out of silent resentment, anxiety, and lost opportunities. This is the people-pleaser trap, and it costs more than you think. Imagine a bird with wings powerful enough to soar above mountains, yet it stays grounded, flapping in circles, because it's been told that flying too high might disturb others. That bird is the people pleaser, capable, brilliant, yearning, but grounded by an invisible net woven from fear of rejection, guilt, and the belief that value comes only through sacrifice. This chapter is a call to see the trap clearly, and more importantly, to begin the slow, bold work of stepping out of it. The seduction of approval. At its core, people-pleasing is not just about saying yes to tasks or doing favors. It is the deep-seated compulsion to earn worthiness through the approval of others. Approval becomes the currency through which people-pleasers measure their self-esteem. The praise of a boss, the gratitude of a friend, the absence of conflict in a conversation, these become signs that they're doing okay. But this transactional way of living is deceptive. The more you chase approval, the more you must maintain it.
Yes.
The moment you stop serving it, you risk disapproval, and with it, the illusion of safety crumbles. This desire is often rooted in childhood experiences, where affection or acknowledgement was conditional, based on behavior, performance, or obedience. A child praised for being good when quiet, polite, or compliant quickly learns that love can be earned through acquiescence. As adults, these children become workers who never say no, partners who suppress their needs, leaders who defer to others, and friends who bend until they break. People-pleasing is not about generosity, it's about survival, and survival is no place to build a life of authority. The slow erosion of the self. When you live to be liked, you start to forget who you are. Your choices become less about desire and more about calculation. What will they think? Will they be upset? Will this cause conflict? Over time, this erodes the inner compass. Imagine a map maker who redraws the map every day based on what others want the land to look like. Eventually, the terrain becomes unrecognizable. Your passions, boundaries, dreams, they blur, they shrink. You become a patch.
All right, y'all get it. Here go another one. Pay attention. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything good. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Sure do. I don't know if y'all heard a little bit of ASMR. Yeah, man. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Even when it's uncomfortable. And that's exactly what I did today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something of how deep it can go with that part right there. And I have not even listened to this. Before I said everything I said to y'all earlier, I did not listen to this at all. Okay. And I haven't played these audiobooks in a while. Anybody who's been around, you know I haven't played these. What happened to me in my personal experience, I kept going through looking at material things and what I didn't have and what my life was to why this particular family member treated me the way that they did, right? And this person who was supposed to be a friend at the time, they were manipulating when they said it, but they were saying, well, the only reason your mother, you know, or this particular family member doesn't respect you is because you don't have a car. Because they were so hung up on me having a car at the time. And I was like, I don't believe it, but subconsciously, I felt like the material things I had was why this was happening to me, right? But then I started thinking about, when I really started sitting with myself and pushed everybody out the way, and I started being stronger and coming into myself, because I never was not strong. That was the thing too. I never was not strong. But when I started coming all the way into myself, I began to see things at a closer lens with this person. And I was like, this motherfucker jealous of me. This person is jealous. I had to really I said, this motherfucker jealous. This motherfucker person is very jealous of something. And it's like, it was something as simple, just something as simple as this. I said, besides other people, man, this chapstick is the best. I'm gonna keep this one. I said, this motherfucking person is jealous of me. And I started digging back into my past. And I started digging into myself. And I was like, number one, I survived in that big ass fucking rotten ass city. I love that rotten ass city, but I survived. 1 second, I gotta find something. I cannot find this damn phone. Where did it go? It must be over here. Yeah, it is. Okay. I said I survived in that rotten ass city. I lived longer in that rotten ass city. I didn't give up. Despite whatever happened, I didn't give up. I stayed there, right? Then I began to dig into something in a level that I never digged in before. And I was like, wait a minute. This person has spent, if not most, majority of their life has been in the South, has been down here. And they visit, but majority of their life has been in the South, right? And I said, so this person, when I start doing the age, I say, damn, this person has spent more of their life here than when my age, than where I am now, right? Okay. And then it's simple. I'm just showing y'all, just simple shit like that. And then I put together and I say, oh, wait a minute. And I start adding all these other things up about this person. And I started looking at myself. That's another thing. I started looking at myself, my ways, my attitude, how I do things, how I move, the things I say, how I am, how I dress, how I carry, all this shit about me. I started looking at myself. And I began to realize in that very moment, that is that person's problem. Because it can be something as petty as that. It could be something just as petty as what I'm telling you right now that I had to realize about somebody. And I said, that is that person's problem, my survival. It's my survival. It's how I got through it, how I made it through it, and how I never ran back. And that the way my life is, if I decide to pick up and go, I can pick up and go. And then there was other layers of things on top of that. And I started picking up the things that they were doing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't abuse yourself for people's disrespect towards you. If you know for sure you did not do anything to be disrespected or be treated that way, don't you sit back. Family member or not, I don't care. Family member and all, doesn't matter. Relationship, all of that shit. Because that right there is where you get trapped. And then I start adding on to more things. I'm like, all I've been doing is fucking doing. Is elevating and doing, making my life, putting so much into these children, so much into myself, all of these different things. And when I had that situation recently that lit that fire up my ass, because I had to talk to my partner, I said, look, it's not like that. I said, it's just that situation lit a fire up my ass. That shit really bothered me. It's not personal. This is what I had to tell them. When you have these type of situations and things, this is how you begin to wake up and you begin to be more stronger about how you do things in life and how you move with people. Recently, I had a big moment. I'm talking about, I didn't let nobody even see me cry, but I had a big moment, right? And that tells you something right there. I didn't even let nobody see me cry. And this person could not take the time to come out there and see or share that moment with any of us, right? And I sat there, and like I said, they just said they can't make the meeting with me. And the meeting is an important fucking meeting. And I sat there and I had come to the ultimate realization of everything that I'm not going to say out loud. But when I came to that very big revelation within myself, and see, I have to be thankful for even the things outside myself that's reflected, such as with my partner who doesn't say no. And she was like, well, you know, if I tell people no, that entails you being told no. And I said, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And the thing is, with that, when I came to that, I no longer cared. I no longer cared. In that very moment, I no longer gave a fuck. I no longer gave a fuck. And that's the beginning of where your power lies in all of this in your life. Another key thing to know here. It's going to hurt. Okay? It's going to hurt to be in this world and you feel like, hey, I'm making changes and transformation. I'm being more smarter. I'm being more wiser. I'm being more in my power. I'm living a life that I would have never thought could be me. But this life is definitely becoming everything that I am. Right? And to have people sit here and treat you like that can piss you off, right? But one thing I don't deny about myself is that I'm very fucking angry. That's another thing. That's the one thing I told my partner too. I said, yo, I'm fucking angry. I said that straight up. I said, I am fucking angry. Angry. I am fucking pissed off because the shit that I'm experiencing is fucking stupid. And it's for a stupid ass reason that somebody should have got over at the age that they are. A resentment that someone is projecting onto everybody else and not looking at themselves. That's why I'm fucking angry. And then there's other things on top of me being angry. So my anger is a part of my power. And I channel that, and I'm learning more how to channel my anger. I was angry back when I was 28 years old. But I was trying not to be angry. I was trying to make things what it wasn't to not be angry. And that was the problem. I should have just accepted that I was fucking angry. I had every reason to be fucking angry. I had all reasons to be fucking angry. Most people that are taking care of a family member, I want you to pay attention to something. Ask them how many children they have or don't have. Ask them, listen to what they say. Well, this person did this for me and I can do that for them. Why doesn't nobody acknowledge the fact that that is what the fuck a parent is supposed to do for you? They don't get rewards for that. Does anybody not realize that shit, how twisted that is? That's what a parent's supposed to do for you. A parent is supposed to take care of you and love you, I thought, and provide for you and make sure you ain't out here looking crazy. And they're supposed to be financially responsible for their money and their fucking reproductive system. I thought that's what parents do. I thought parents care and fucking listen. Why is that everybody's reason for why they do something for their parents? I don't understand that shit. Or maybe I can't understand it. And this type of mentality is dangerous. These things are dangerous to say out loud. That's why we the quiet people. Wow. Why, y'all? Mind of a predator, the dark art of mental manipulation. Don't be a victim. Unmask evil, the dark secrets they don't want you to know. Dark Psychology 101, how to control and influence anyone secretly. The most dangerous manipulation tactics. Why is this dangerous? Why does YouTube even keep this up? YouTube was trying to take me down for talking about it. But yeah, YouTube keeps the books up. Make that shit make sense for me. These are the books. You see the views, 1.7K. That's not enough. 1.4, 757. People probably don't even take it serious because they hear the voice and be like, what is this? I want you to take whatever you see in front of you with these books. I want you to take these motherfuckers serious. I want you to take every last fucking one of these books very fucking serious. I ain't talked this long in a while, bro. Gotta send some money out. Hold on, y'all. That other person gonna have to be a little assed out for a minute. I'm gonna have to let them know I had to pay somebody what I owed them. Where's she at? What is this thing? Huh, people? What is this? Why is this even out here for us to read and know about? Write and take notes, an hour long. Why are these things accessible? Stop, Bella. Accessible to us. Why is that? I'm serious. Why is this accessible to us? Why are we in this world and we're having people treat people or even yourself like that? These are the kind of questions I look at. Because these books, these things, this information is the ultimate key. And I need you to hear me. And I mean this. It is the ultimate key for you to have a smarter mind, to move 10 steps ahead. I won't deny that I got word for word with somebody at work. And when I say it was misplaced anger, it was misplaced anger. It was misplaced anger, but they deserved it. Okay? They deserved everything I said and I gave them, they deserved it. You understand what I'm saying to you? And you know how I know they deserved it? Because they got fired. They bullied the wrong one at work. They really did. The person who I didn't even like started talking to me after I did that. They start liking me more after I did that. And you know, I don't like shit like that, but that's why I don't like to take things where I take them. I insulted the fuck out of her. I know how my mouth can get. And these type of things, and see, if I moved wiser, I would have never raised my voice. I got to work on that. If I moved wise, I would have never raised my voice. I need you to understand, for you spiritual practitioners out there, that is your power. Everybody don't need to know about that. Hold on to that power. Okay? Hold on to that pretty little secret. It's not a dirty one. It can't get dirty. But it's a pretty little secret. And hold on to that. I need you to do another thing too. Damn, that's not even going into the book. Try not to talk to people about these things. I have come to that also. Okay. Try not to talk to people about these things. I gotta close the back door. 1 second. I need to make me some more tea though, over ice. second, y'all. Making me some tea over ice. And gotta keep this to yourself. Because, oh shit, these socks not thick enough. It's all for you to utilize in this world. That's why you found it. It's all for you to utilize in this world. That's why you found my page. It ain't nothing that's supposed to be shared. Egyptian caramel. In honor of pumpkin spice season. Yeah. So bringing a cup today because job on certain days they don't have cups, so bringing my own cup. Listen, you got to keep this to yourself. Okay? You can't sit around here and be on some dark psychology shit. Okay? No one's going to hear you. No one's going to get it. Everybody ain't there. I promise you, everybody ain't there. What else is key? What else is key is that I've noticed that when you get into information, you're going to be very eager, right? And I mean, you're going to be very eager to want to share. Okay, I don't care how old you are. You're going to want to share, right? You're going to want to be like, man, I read this book and I did this and I did that and I learned this from that book. You're going to want to share. Everybody ain't there with you, baby. Okay? Everybody ain't there with you. Understand too that everybody ain't going to be on the same page with you when you even have halfway of expressing your intelligence. I have someone who listens to this show that I talk to, right? What a desolate place would be a world without a flower. I agree with that. They expressed to me that they were talking to someone, of course, a male at work. I think they came on the show and talked about it. And they said he was so shocked at how she talked and expressed herself. He couldn't believe what was coming out of her mouth, the way she was expressing herself. And you need to know that that's going to happen a lot to you. You need to understand that I'm not saying that nobody's there with you, but I'm going to tell you that most people ain't there with you. Okay? Most people ain't there with you. I'm also going to tell you that most people are not ready to hear what you have been ready to hear or what you have been hearing. I'm going to tell you that too. I will also express that a lot of people who are more like you don't live in this country. They build a beautiful life for themselves where they don't have to live the way that you're living. Like, nothing's wrong with the way we're living as far as working, achieving something. But it's confirmation that the path that you are on is a beautiful, like you're on the right track in your life. That's the confirmation that you need. It's the confirmation that you are doing work. You're doing the work. That's what one of my therapists told me. Said, you're doing the work. You're doing the work. And that's all the confirmation that you need. The invisible chessboard has to be like my favorite one. I have to play that, even though it starts shaking and moving and stuff. Yeah. The 10 faces of deception. Are you being manipulated right now? You need this information. You really do. You got some people that come out here and they talk on a mic and they want to spite everything and everybody in humanity. They want to rile everybody up. They want to get their views up. They want to make their money. And those people are very obvious. Then you have those people who, like me, get up on a microphone with purpose. People like me who get up on the microphone and come up here and speak for reason. You have people who we sit back, we write, we analyze this world, we look at things, and we be like, let me get on a microphone and talk about this shit. And then the next thing you know, it happens the way we talked about it, and then we'd be like, we're the quiet ones. People are hurting. People are embarrassed. People are shamed right now. People are spiteful. There's no compassion in anybody's heart for nothing. And it took this man to get up here and be the president to treat everybody this way, for everybody to see everybody's face. And you have people like me that's getting a shirt made that says, I hate people. And I could get unhinged and put, I don't need your hello, your good morning. I don't need nothing. I hate people. That's unhinged. To put a shirt on that says, I hate people is unhinged. There's a shirt that says, I hate normal people. Mine is, I hate people. That's unhinged. Sometimes you got to be unhinged. I'm just shaking my head, man. It's about to get ugly out here. What's this purple one say? The art of seduction, unlock forbidden seekers of power and desire. You think people ain't reading this shit for the wrong fucking reasons? Look, everybody, 3.6K views. The one talking about seduction and desire, that one is 3.6K views. How is that? Isn't that not even funny? It's just not even ironic. That beautiful cover, the purple energy, the crown chakra energy. But look at how many views on the other shit. The mind shift that makes introverts unstoppable. 1K views. Just one stack of people watch that shit. Just one stack. That tells you a lot. I'm telling you without telling you what it is. Look at this shit. When you come here, you talking to me, you're coming to unlock something outside of you and inside of you. When you come here. You're coming to have something unveiled to you in a way that it probably never have ever been unveiled to you when you come here. Okay? I need you to understand and get that part. I'm over here reaching and shit. I do. I need you to understand and get that part about what happens when you come over here. Bella, stop. Here's another keynote. Before I have to go, there was this conversation that happened today, opened my eyes to a lot, right? It was from yesterday's conversation to today's conversation. And I realized how much I'm realizing how much, even from yesterday to today, I'm like, yo, I don't have nobody in my life that has been coddling me, yo. I really don't have that in my life. Everybody in my life has always told me what it was, whether I wanted to hear it or not. And that's another thing. You probably have a life like that, and that's why you come over here to listen, and you can take what I have to talk about, whether you agree with me or not. Nobody is over there listening to the divestors at 1,000. Got talking about them in 1,000 for no reason. Has to be some truth in what's being said. Has to be truth in what they're saying. I'm shadow banned. I don't put myself out there. I don't promote myself. I'm shadow banned. And I don't even care. I don't even want myself out there, but for what I'm doing right now, I don't even care. I'm still going to get on this microphone. I'm still going to do what I do because there's people that listen. I don't even have covers no more. Oh, besides, Audio Vision hasn't come swung over here yet to see what I've been doing. Understand, people, that in life, right, you need to understand, and I mean this, that when you say you're ready, you make sure that you're ready. You understand what I'm saying? When you say that you're ready for this change and transformation, be ready for this change and transformation. Okay? When you open up these books and you read them, be prepared for what changes. When you read books, Unstoppable Shift for Introverts, and you start utilizing these things in your life, you have to be prepared for what comes with that. And it may come out to be very, very ugly. Trust me when I tell you. It may come out to be hurtful. Relationships might end. Family relationships are severed. Friendships are severed. But I promise you, at the end, you will be so thankful. Even if you miss these people, you'll be so thankful for your choice. I promise you that. That one thing I can promise you. You'll be like, and as life goes on, you'll be like, I wish I did this shit sooner. I swear to you, you're going to be like, I wish I did this shit sooner. I ain't do this shit soon enough in my life. I just wish I had it sooner. And it's okay to feel that way because that just shows how much you made the right decision. And it's going to heal you. I need you to understand that the most. It's going to heal you greatly in your life. Okay? It's going to cause you to self-reflect on a level that you may have never self-reflected before. Okay? That's the beauty of it all. It's going to make you put more love into yourself. I promise you, man. Anyway, I've been talking too goddamn much. I ain't gonna see me for a while after this. Yeah, man.